Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday. I have the privilege of introducing the Board of Directors of the Hazel Park Promise Zone. And so wherever you are, would you please, if you're, there are, some of them are already standing, but stand and wave. And we're going to begin with our chairman, Bill Hitchcock. Yes, it's your moment in the sun, Bill. Our vice chairman, Ed Klobuchar. Our secretary, John Harvey. And he brings the spirituality to the board as well. Our treasurer, the very capable Ellen Cogan-Lipton. This is where the money resides, right over there. Nofo Akash. Come on, handsome. Yeah. Dr. Amy Krupe. She's somewhere handling business, we know. Yours truly, Monique Harlan. The shy one of the group, as you can see. Lynetta Price. And Jimmy Patterson. One of our Metro neighbors, Henry Ford, once said, "Coming together is a beginning. Staying together is progress. Working together is success." And it's my pleasure to work with these individuals for the success of the Hazel Park Promise Zone. Have a great evening, everyone. Now I'm going to give the mic back over to our MC, Shelby.
All right. So I would like to apologize. Kind of started off the wrong way, but I just again want to say thank you all for being here today. We're going to go right into the service. As Monique has so lovely named all the board members, I want to introduce Miss Ellen Limpton up here as she prepares her wonderful way to come up here. All right, come on. Oh, we can do better than that, people. We honor you. You're amazing.
Today, I'd like to welcome everyone for coming. This dinner is really just a high point, I think, for Hazel Park and for really just the community where we can celebrate and just be proud of all of the great work for our students. If you are an elected official, hopefully you signed in at the front desk. And if, Fernando, if you could bring me the sheet, I would like to introduce our elected officials who have joined us today. I would like to say that State Representative Mike McFall, he was here, but he had to leave to do some important work. I'd like to also introduce Hazel Park School Board member Monica Ratti, who was also instrumental in, who's also our event planner. Myself, Ellen Lipton, I'm the co-vice president of the Michigan Board of Education. I'd like to recognize Nathan Becker from the Hazel Park School Board. Nathan. I had a lovely chat, and so I know she's here. Heidi Fortress, also from the Hazel Park School Board. Welcome. Bev Hinton from the Hazel Park School Board. I see Bev. Hello. Welcome. Also from the Hazel Park School Board, I also saw her, Debbie Laframboise. Yes, hello. Welcome. And our welcome, I saw her here, Ann Erickson Galt, our Oakland County Commissioner.
Welcome, Anne. Thank you for coming. Also from the Hazel Park School Board, April Beaton. I saw April. Welcome. I had a wonderful conversation with our mayor, Hazel Park Mayor Michael Webb. Yes, hello. Now, that is what I see on my list, but I see Hazel Park Commissioner Andy LaCuro. Can't sneak away. Mm-hmm. Are there any other elected officials that I do not see on my list? If you could please. Judge Brian Hartwell. Thank you. You did not. But I see you. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for coming. Anybody else? Anyone that I missed? Well, we're in for a great evening tonight. We have always had the support not only of our elected officials, but also of our wonderful community, all of you wonderful faces right here. We've got a great evening for you. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for helping us celebrate the most important people of all, our Hazel Park students. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. Again, let's give one more hand clap for Ellen. All right, seems like we are just moving along. I mean, the most part, like the best part for me, I don't know about y'all, I'm hungry. Anybody else hungry? Anybody else hungry? Yeah. Oh, y'all quiet this evening. Okay, all right. All right, so we're going to move right on into the next phase, and I would like to introduce Apostle John Harvey. Apostle John Harvey, where is he at? There he goes.
You know, someone once said, if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. But if you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. One of the blessings of being part of the Hazel Park Promise Zone is that we help students who are determined to learn and determined to get a higher education. So I am so grateful that you are all here to celebrate the true stars of the show, the Hazel Park Public School students. And now, let's bow our heads for grace. Dear God, we give you thanks because you have blessed us to be part of such a wonderful event where we get to reflect on the wonderful work of the Hazel Park Promise Zone. And even now, dear God, we ask your blessing on the food that has been prepared from the bounty of your earth. May it give us the strength and the nourishment we need to continue to serve and work. And all this we ask in the wonderful name of Jesus. Amen.
All right. If we could all get our minds locked back into this wonderful evening. I hope you had a chance to get some coffee because I know I did. I was almost falling asleep over there. I'm telling you, I ain't gonna lie to you. I started to sit down, my head was dozing. I'm like, oh, it's over. Because that was some delicious food, all right? Did everybody enjoy themselves? Yes? Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, so we're going to keep moving forward. Our next individual we have coming up here, he's going to present some videos for us, and I will say Fernando has been a wonderful help this evening. I've had a bunch of questions, and Buddy's been kind of guiding me around. I think he's a wonderful guy. If you guys can give a hand clap for Fernando Moje, all right? Thank you. Buddy.
All right, evening, guys. How's it going? How are you? I'm not going to take up too much of your time. My name is Fernando Monge. I'm the executive director of the Hazel Park Promise Zone. I'm going to introduce you guys now to the State of the Promise, where we give you a recap of how we've been doing this past year. Musa and I recorded ourselves, giving yourselves that speech, so it'll be nice and organized and better audio. But But I did want to say thank you for coming tonight. Welcome. I hope you enjoy your dinner. I want to thank you for supporting us, for supporting our students. I also want to thank our event planning and Promise Zone team. And I wrote it down because I don't want to forget anyone. You know, awkward. Our team, Shanti, Amina, Kimberly, Jacob, Ellen, Musa, and Monica, of course. Thank you all for not only helping us plan this event tonight, but also for doing the hard work all year round to help our students and our alumni. So with that said, welcome. I hope you enjoy your dinner, and please enjoy the rest of the show. Cue video. Hello, my name is Fernando Monge, and I am the Executive Director of the Hazel Park Promise Zone. I would like to first thank you all for attending our 12th annual Race to College dinner tonight, and for supporting the very important work we're doing in Hazel Park. It is thanks to your generous donations and collaborations that we can help our students get closer to debt-free post-secondary education. We've had a lot of exciting and fruitful things happen in the college access side of the Promise Zone since the last time we dined together. The Promise Zone grew with the addition of Shanti Finley as our new college advisor and Amina Khan as our new post-secondary success coach. We were also able to expand our services to Roosevelt Invest High School with the collaboration of the Kalasho family and Christine Glasper, their school counselor. Our staff worked with more than 200 class of 2024 students from our 3 high schools. Those students applied to more than 500 trade programs, community colleges, and public and private 4-year universities. More than 100 decided to matriculate in one of those institutions, and altogether qualify for millions of dollars in financial aid dollars, including the Promise Zone Scholarship. None of this could have been accomplished without the determined work of all the teachers, staff, and administrators in the district, as well as our Promise Zone partners on the field. Paul Billick from Michigan State University's College Advising Corps, who recently wrapped up his 2-year tenure as Hazel Park High School's college advisor, left a lasting legacy, all thanks to his excellent work ethic and the meaningful relationships he built with the students. Our partnership with Oakland 80 has also continued to flourish over the last 2 years. Kimberly Allen at our Advantage Alternative Program has been a pioneering figure in the field of career and education advancement for our alternative students.
Oakland 80 is a part of Governor Whitmer's post-secondary attainment initiative. And Oakland County, because they had already obtained 60%, stepped up to say that they would pursue 80%. And that 80% is 80% of their residents obtaining a post-secondary credential so that to assist with them obtaining viable employment. So as part of the 80 by 30 in Oakland County, originally it was with adults, but in pursuing the, the Michigan Reconnect. Well, it is now expanded to the high schools, and as part of that expansion, I was the pilot with a collaboration with Hazel Park Promise Zone in the Advantage Alternative High School. And as part of that pilot, what we did was they went in and identified what were the needs of that administrator, that the administrator identified. And that need for him was to increase the level of FAFSA, free application for federal student aid, applications being completed, and to assist with enhancing or developing and enhancing a college culture within the Advantage Alternative High School.
It has been not only her vast knowledge of these subjects, but also her genuine passion to help students that has made all the difference in their lives.
So what I typically do with the students is host FAFSA workshops, college admission workshops. I've gone in and also set up field trips to expose the students and increase the level of exposure to not just college, but skilled trades. We've toured skilled trade training centers, and we also are bringing in the military to expose them to that and let them have the firsthand exposure to find out what do they want to do, what's an option, and help them realize they do have options. We also were collaborating with Michigan Works to have them come in and expose them to their supportive services for youth employment during the summers. We also have workshops where we're bringing them in. They're like workshop sessions where we bring them in, just like we do with the FAFSA workshops, which is a free application for federal student aid. We also bring them in, and when they've identified different colleges that they would like to apply to or have an interest in, or some of the programs that are being offered at a college, we sit down and work with them to complete that admission application as well. We are here with their ears for them if they need to present their admission essays to us. We kind of make sure that once they also have been admitted, we walk them through those steps to help them, navigate the system, because you're no longer just admitted to a college and then, okay, great, you start the first day or you go right in and speak with a counselor. No, there are multiple steps that you typically have to follow, which is like registering for English placement, math placement, a lot of steps that you have to follow now at some of the colleges, multiple steps, probably about 4 to 5 steps. We walk them through those, and we make sure that we are reminding them, check your emails every day. They're going to assign you also a student ID. So we're walking them through those steps to help them navigate all of the little intricacies that they're going to need to navigate to be able to walk in on the first day and it be a little easier for them.
And even though our partnership is brand new, Christine Glasper has shown time and time again the importance of treating every student need like the most important one, all while exercising professionalism, compassion, and empathy.
I love that we're connected with the Hazel Park Promise Zone, because while a lot of my students don't live in Hazel Park, so they're not privileged to get the big chunk of the Promise Zone scholarship, they're still able to get things like post-secondary support for enrolling and pursuing their education in college, where they've got that support after they graduate that I can't give them. And it's great because it's everything that I became a school counselor to do. To help students feel like college can be for them, like they can have dreams and goals and aspirations for after high school, and that they have support to get the information they need to make those dreams come true. At Invest, we have a really cool group of students. 80% of them are multilingual students, with English being their second or fifth or sixth language. A lot of them have come from varying countries. We have a lot of students from Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Jordan, and Ukraine being the most of the students. A small minority of them were born here in the United States, but most of them have immigrant parents. So it's a really cool group to be able to work with, because a lot of them have gone through a lot to get here and to be able to get their piece of the American dream.
I would once again like to thank our guests tonight, our wonderful partners. Thank you to our Promise Zone staff, and of course, thank you to our students for all your hard work and dedication towards achieving a post-secondary education.
That's a good video.
And now a few words from our Chief Innovation Officer, Musa Traore.
Good evening. It is a true honor to stand before you today and reflect on the remarkable progress we have made at the Hazel Park Promise Zone. Together, we continue advancing a vision of accessible post-secondary education for every student in our community. Over the past decade, our work has been shaped by one clear purpose: to make higher education a reality for all students in Hazel Park. And this year, that purpose has driven us to new heights. We have expanded our reach, extending services to 2 alternative high schools in Hazel Park. This ensures that even more students receive the guidance, support, and resources they need to thrive. Beyond access, we have strengthened financial support for essential student needs, rental assistance, computers, food assistance, and Amazon gift card. These investments remove barriers, allowing students to focus on what truly matters, their education. We also welcome a new community college post-secondary success coach, thanks to the generous support of the Jamie and Denise Jacob Family Foundation. This new role provides critical guidance to students pursuing education and career goals at OCC, reinforcing our commitment to community college pathways for all students, not just those seeking 4-year degrees. But our work doesn't stop at the high school. We stay with our students through their post-secondary journey, helping them navigate college challenges and reach their career aspirations. And the numbers speak for themselves. Our 23-24 Impact Report tells the story of the progress, perseverance, and the promise. 70% of Hazel Park students from the class of 2023 are going to college. $2.5 million in external scholarship awarded, 25 schools served, 300 plus college applications submitted, 20 dedicated mentors, 40 students impacted. 25 plus colleges and universities where our students are enrolled. 22 credits completed on average per student. Over 120,000 provided through the Promise Zone scholarship. 600 plus students supported. 65% of our students complete their first year of college. For the past decade, our college success program, college advising program, and community mentoring program have been the foundation of student success, helping them not just to enroll, but to persist and graduate. At the heart of all of this is our commitment to listening to our students, understanding their challenges, and responding to their needs. As we look ahead, we align with Michigan's 60 by 30 goals, ensuring that 60% of Michiganders hold a post-secondary credential by 2030. This ambitious target is more than just a goal. It is a mission that guides every decision we make. We remain a data-driven organization, leveraging research and insight to inform our work, advocate for vulnerable students, influence both local and national policies. Our partnership makes this possible. We are proud to work alongside organizations like Michigan College Access Network, Michigan Promise Zone Association, Detroit Alumni Success Coalition, Oakland Community College, and our own Hazel Park community. These collaborations are critical in expanding access to higher education across the state. We are also grateful for the ongoing support of Oakland 80, which plays a vital role in providing essential services and resources to our students. A special thanks to the JDJ Foundation for their transformative contribution, helping us bringing winning future to Hazel Park schools, empowering students with the tools they need. Looking forward, we are looking to launch a high-profile internship for our college students, hiring a success coach for our trade students, and expand our services to the middle school for early exposure into college and career support services. None of this will be possible without the generous support of our philanthropic partners, the Balmer Group, Sutar Sutarek Meyer Foundation, the Jamie and Denise Jacob Family Foundation, the Tony A. Wisney Foundation. Your support drives our success, and for that, we are deeply grateful. On a personal note, for the past decade, I had the privilege serving various roles, and now a Chief Innovation Officer. These experiences have shaped my understanding of the Promise Zone potential, and today, I'm more hopeful than ever before about the future of this organization. The best is yet to come. Together, we will continue to break down barriers, open doors and creating lasting opportunity for Hazel Park students. Thank you for your firm support and your belief in the transformative power of education. And before I close, a special thank you to two champions for college access work in Southeast, Kayla Smith and Brandon Gleaton. Your outstanding leadership has elevated the Promise Zone to new heights. We are thriving like never before. Thank you.
Once again, thank you, folks. Before I give the floor back to Shelby, just last call for the raffle. Last call for the raffle. Get your tickets. Thank you.
All right. We're going to move right along. This next member, we are going to bring him up. He is another board member for the Promise Zone. We want to introduce Steve Haddad. Steve Haddad.
Now it's working. Hi, everybody. My name is Stephen Haddad. I'm with Capital Sales Company in Hazel Park. It's really inspiring to see everybody come out here to support such an incredible cause that is the Hazel Park Promise Zone. What the Promise Zone does is nothing short of extraordinary, and I'm really honored to serve on this board. At this time, I'd like to welcome all Promise Zone alumni to stand up. Any Promise Zone alumni in the room, please stand up. Everybody, please give a round of applause. Remain standing for me if you could. These students are living proof of the impact that organizations like the Promise Zone have on communities like Hazel Park. These people exemplify hard work and determination. Earning a degree or a certificate is no small feat, and we're very, very proud of you and everything that you guys have accomplished. Promise Zone scholars, you guys should also be incredibly proud of the work that you've done, because we certainly are. Please give yourself another round of applause. Thank you, guys.
Forgive me, I'm a little slow. Let's give a hand clap to our friend Steve Haddad. I'll throw myself under the bus. It's all good, you know. Process a little differently. All right. Don't judge me. All right. So our next individual, I honor this man. I've known him for probably about 2 years. He's been to our church quite a few times. Talking to him this evening, he has really inspired me because of all the work that he has put in. I said for the kingdom of God. And so if we all can give Bill Hiscock a wonderful hand clap, we honor him.
Our family arrived in Hazel Park in January 85 years ago, and that's when I started school at United Oaks in the kindergarten. So that's been a long time. I would like to talk about some of the things that are happening. Early on, we had hired a lady that didn't do the job very good. After about 3 or 4 months, we decided we had to find someone else. So I had an executive session or a board meeting going on, and I had the staff person in there. And somebody pushed a note over to me and said, let's consider her as a candidate. And I says, who? And quickly I realized that we needed to send the lady out of the room. And in the next 15 minutes, she became our first executive. And I'm very proud to have Kayla as our first executive director. She had a lot to learn. We had a lot to learn. The first 3 or 4 years was very tough. We weren't sure we were going to make it. I know Ed and I struggled raising money and trying to figure out what we needed to do. During the time as the executive director, she really took us to the next level. She was always on the lookout for new funds, new programs. And she was quite busy in our school district. She found a husband as one of our teachers. Not only that, I think during that time she had twins also to keep her busy. So besides just running our program, she had a little bit of work at home also. So that's how Kayla originally became the executive director and started. For example, when the UAW Chrysler told us that they had a program, we quickly jumped on that. And we took 20 students from high school at the noontime over to the Chrysler Center. Chrysler Center on 9 Mile was obviously just a few blocks away. Not only did we get started there, but I want to talk about what happened with one family. I remember one family were destitute. It flooded, and they didn't have any. They were sleeping in the basement, and everything was destroyed. We were helped by the community, but one of their sons got in the Chrysler program. I made sure he got in. He graduated from there, and he started earning 3 times more than his father was because he'd been through the Chrysler program, and they had gotten him an education program, and he had a job from that experience. So that's the kind of impact this program has had. You never know about all of the students in the program, but a lot of them were changing their lives. When we talk about a family, large family, and one of them becomes a doctor because of the education we provided, I think he was our first student through. That's significant. We have made a difference in the 12 years we have been an organization here. So we have expanded our program and are doing a lot of things we've never done before. One of the things that I was been impressed about was the college education. We have more students going to college, a higher percent than in the history of this school. When I started college, I think there was like 10% of the kids could go to college. We've made a significant difference by doing unusual programs to get them involved. So, as we look to the future, there's a lot that we can do, and I'm sure this program will continue. And when we think of the money we only had originally, we had to watch every dollar. Now there's many thousands of dollars we get just from the racetrack moving, and that old property brings in maybe $300,000 to the Promise Zone. So that's changed a lot of our opportunity. We're expanding into the junior year and hopefully into the senior year before we're done. So I want to thank this community for the preparation, the help that we have received in this district. Thank you very much. Now I'd like to have Kayla. What am I doing wrong?
No, you're good. Keep going.
Kayla. What's she? Is she speaking?
Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much. We really have owe you a tremendous debt of gratitude. Just to let all of you know, the William Hitchcock Award is given each year to honor someone in our Promise Zone family who has really gone above and beyond to fulfill our mission of providing access to post-secondary education to as many of our students as possible. It was established and named to honor someone who has given so much to us, and that is our very own Bill Hitchcock. Right now, I am so pleased and honored and thrilled and so very proud to announce this year's winner of the William Hitchcock Hazel Park Promise Zone Award to our very own Kayla Roney Smith. And then it's,
I'm sorry, I got off track.
no, and you give it. Do you want to take it?
Exactly.
Oh, here comes the other one. I told you there were two. Here they are.
Bill, Ellen, thank you so much to you both, the Promise Zone Board and the Promise Zone staff. As Bill mentioned, I began my career here in Hazel Park back in 2012 as a college advisor at Hazel Park High School, where I had the privilege of working with students, teachers, and administrators to support students in preparing for and enrolling in college. I then transitioned to executive director of the Hazel Park Promise Zone, where for more than 6 years I got to work under the leadership of this amazing man. And during that time, really did my best to soak up as much as possible of his wisdom, deep understanding of politics, relationships, and community. And I could not be more honored to receive this award in his name. I want to thank Bill, Ed, Ellen, Taylor Cox, Leon Lebrecht, Bill Bauer, Steve Reef, the late Walt Roman, and Arnie Schiffman, who were the board members in 2013 when I came into that role. Really for entrusting me with leadership of this organization when I was pretty young and not far removed from college. They believed in me, and I'll be forever grateful to them for that. I hope to pay their faith in me forward by doing everything I can in my career and my personal life to support and empower young and emerging leaders. And I encourage you all to do the same. I don't know how many of you regularly interact with teenagers and college students, but they're brilliant and visionary, and we'd all be much better served if we made room for them at all leadership tables and in all opportunities to inform decision making. I was incredibly fortunate to be raised by parents, mom and dad, thank you, who never wavered in their support and continued to reinforce that I can do anything I set my mind to. And everyone deserves that type of support and cheerleading from an entire village, not just their family, but everyone in their community. My time in Hazel Park continues to inform the work that I do every day in my personal and professional life. In addition to the importance of empowering young people, I experienced here the power of community to come together and rally around their neighbors. Hazel Park's spirit of civic engagement was clear to me as soon as I began working here through amazingly committed Hazel Parkers that I was extremely fortunate to engage with and learn from, like Lois Rido and the late Jan Parisi, their fellow volunteers at organizations like the Lions Club and Neighborhood Enrichment, as well as Monica Ratti, who was as big an advocate for Hazel Park kids as anyone long before she was elected to the school board. As I reflected on my time in Hazel Park in preparation for tonight, I thought about what I was most proud of. Certainly, key partnerships like Bill referenced came to mind, like the one we developed with UAW Chrysler to create opportunities for Hazel Park students to gain training and experience in skilled trades for course credit, as well as others where we tirelessly advocated is the nice word. We pushed very hard to programs like Cranbrook Horizons Upward Bound, Wayne State University Talent Search, and Oakland Community College's Man Up program, where we really pushed them to open up eligibility for Hazel Park students when they'd previously only allowed participation to larger school districts. I thought about Hazel Park High School being honored by the Michigan College Access Network for its work in developing a college-going culture. I thought about Musa being named College Advisor of the Year for the state of Michigan. I reflected on our work developing a strategy to provide success coaching and emergency funding to students after they graduate, and about then securing funding to provide those supports and rehiring Musa, who expertly made all of it come to fruition. But what I'm certainly most proud of is each of the individual stories of Hazel Park brilliance, which I've been able to witness through former students now out in the world making it a better place. There are endless examples, but a few that come to mind are Jared, who I remember many conversations with talking about opportunities to study public policy and government during his senior year. I was very excited he chose my alma mater, James Madison College at Michigan State University. Go White. And I now get to see him thrive as a leader in city government. Another example is Imani, who lost both her parents very early in her college career, but went on to complete 2 degrees while keeping her mom's small business in operation. I thought about Ashley, who uses her own experience in foster care to inform her work as a master social worker and mentor other young women. Brittany, who as a school board member, a student board member with the State of Michigan's Teachers Union, successfully advocated for the state of Michigan to fund stipends for student teachers to ensure that unpaid work experience would no longer be a barrier to those interested in entering the classroom. I thought about Elion, who was extremely nervous about whether he might get into his dream school, the University of Michigan, but then not only got in, but he got a full ride and is now thriving in business. And I thought about Lisa, who has combined her lessons learned from study abroad with her love of caring for others to engage in volunteer efforts all around the world. I could go on and on and on, but as you can see, this is just the brilliance that exists here in Hazel Park and why we're all here. A special shout out to a few additional students, Ashley, Sabrina, Taylor, others, who worked hard to connect my now husband, Mr. Smith, and I, and 12 years after their attempts to meddle in their educators' lives, we're celebrating our 10th wedding anniversary and have these 2 beautiful daughters, Aria and Zuri. The students I highlighted and countless others are why the Promise Zone exists and why I'm so proud to be affiliated with this organization and all of you. They're why I advocate at any opportunity to ensure all students have the chance to pursue post-secondary education and build the lives they dream of. They're why I worked closely with Dr. Amy Krupe for the last 6 years since I left the Promise Zone to consider how organizations like the one where I work now could partner with the Promise Zone in the school district to support the goals of Hazel Park students. Lastly, I mentioned several people who were extremely important to me here who have passed away, Jan Parisi, Walt Roman, and Arnie Schiffman. But I must also mention retired Hazel Park principal Don Vogt, a tireless advocate for Hazel Park students and a key partner to me while with the Promise Zone, who we lost earlier this month. Don's legacy, along with the legacies of Jan, Walt, Arnie, and others, live on through all the Hazel Park students who go on to achieve their dreams through the support of the Promise Zone. The ones I mentioned, others who are here tonight, Brandy, who will be honored next and was one of my first students when I came to Hazel Park, and again, so many others. So thank you all so much.
Let's give Kayla and her beautiful girls one more clap. I'm gonna take her reward, you know. I'm just playing. Congratulations again. All right. We're going to continue to transition into our next award. if I could please get Musa and the team. I'm going to just call them the team coming up. Amen.
Bonsoir. Okay, good evening. So definitely I cannot sing, topic without fulfill my tradition. I'm from the CSC background too. So grace and humility is the best value of College Advising Corp. Definitely, I will also say thanks to Kayla for believing in me. The board believe in you, you believe in me. 10 years later, here we are. And here in Hazel Park, we believe in our student. So we have the Alumni Executive Committee here standing before you. As we promised last year, we want the feedback loop in the process. We listen to our students and we respond to their calls. So I have the Alumni Executive Committee with me tonight, and they will go over the work we do and how important that work is.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. That was good. My name is Jared Gajos. I am a former Hazel Park graduate, 2013. I know I just aged myself. But I received assistance from the Promise Zone way back when. Although I didn't get the scholarship funds because I had received too many from Michigan State University, the access to college, networking, and the navigation and counseling I got from Kayla Roney Smith defined my life from the way she assisted me, and so many countless others that she was able to speak on today. So from that moment, I knew that I wanted to join in on the efforts of the Hazel Park Promise Zone. So the efforts that me and Musa, Mike, and Veronica, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight, we've been focusing on what happens after a student leaves high school. We already have access to counselors, we have access to funds, but what else is there? So networking, that's big, right? We want students to know when they go into a college that, hey, there is someone that understands where you're from, what you're going through, and you're not alone. So it's a big thing that we're trying to focus on, creating networking events that aren't just, the cool adults in this room, but the cool adults who are just now leaving the high school, who are in college, and who are freshly graduated from their alma maters. So that's what I'm here for. I currently work for the city of Hazel Park, so very Hazel Park themed in my life, if you haven't noticed. But I'll pass this over to Mike. He is a doctor, so if anyone in the room needs anything, he's here.
Thank you, Jared. I believe when Mr. Hitchcock was referring to the doctor with a large family, he was talking about me. I have a large family. If you guys don't know, I have 5 brothers and sisters who all graduated from Hazel Park. But and all were beneficiaries of the Promise Scholarship, so we're very, very grateful and of tonight. And when I think of an event like tonight, I think of the words of wisdom that my now passed away mentor, who was a physician, said to me. He helped me out with a lot of different things, and in my preparation for applying to medical school, and I asked him, "Why are you doing all this stuff for me?" He barely actually knew me at that time, and he said, I said, "What can I do to thank you?" And he said, "Just pass it on to the next person, keep passing it down." So my involvement with this Alumni Executive Committee and my hoped involvement with Hazel Park Schools in the future, which I hope to expand upon, is going to be rooted in that wisdom that was given to me from my mentor. And so I'm going to continue to pass it on to the next people. Grateful for everyone that's here. You're really making an impact on a lot of great students, and I know that those students are grateful, and there'll be many, many more. And Hazel Park will continue to touch the state of Michigan and the rest of the country because of your impact. So pat yourself on the back for that. Just because Jared shared it too. So what I do now is I'm a practicing family medicine physician. I'm a Spartan, go green. And I was driving 2 to 3 times per week to East Lansing over the last couple of years while I was doing my training down here, and I said, this is ridiculous. I can't do that anymore. My fiance also lived there too, so that there's multiple reasons for it. But I think that my role now is I'm a practicing family physician, but I also work in education in the sense that I train family medicine residents now, and so making the impact on young minds who get to make an impact on others is something that I've grown to, and I see that a lot in the potential of this city, and Jared and I are gratefully been beneficial for examples of that. So thank you to everyone who impacted me and will continue to impact me.
So in case, if you want to be involved in the alumni engagement work, we are meeting quarterly. So the first Wednesday of every quarter meeting. So we meet at 8 in the morning for 30 minutes. So let us know, and then we will like to have you part of the work. So we want to make sure the job is sustainable and it is relevant to the community we serve. Thank you.
So now it is my honor to start talking about the award that I am able to bestow on this year's Sutar Sutarik Meyer Promisone Scholar of Excellence Award. It's going to go to Brandy Salvati, but unfortunately she's not here tonight, and I'll kind of go into the explanation as to why. But I spoke with her quite a bit over the last couple months, ever since it was announced she was getting this award, and I just wanted to write a little speech about her. So hello. I would like to take a moment and picture this with all of us. The year is 2007. The first iPhone was introduced to the market by tech legend Steve Jobs. The Sopranos, their final episode of the series, ended with a cut to black, thus beginning the eternal debate of did Tony Soprano die? And of course, economic growth had slowed to a record-breaking 1.3%, indicating the recession to come. For me, it was the year that I moved to Hazel Park Junior High School and began the 7th grade. I know, I aged myself again. It was during this transitional period that I first met this year's Sutar Sutarik Meyer Promisone Scholar of Excellence Award winner, Brandy Salvati. Coming from two different elementary schools, Brandy and I quickly grew to know one another, having the same classes and social clubs for many years to come. Brandy, in a league of her own, quickly grew to be known amongst our peers as one of the most sweetest and most compassionate students in our grade. As the years progressed and we made everyone's favorite period of life, high school, we all began to see these traits of hers reach new heights, whether it was in her studies, extracurriculars, or social life. Upon graduating from Hazel Park High School in 2013, Brandy made one of the best decisions I personally believe in. She attended Michigan State University. Go Green, yet again. It was at MSU that Brandy truly flourished, obtaining 2 bachelor degrees, one in her Bachelor of Science for Kinesiology and the other in her BSN. Her goal? To become a nurse and help those struggling during their most difficult periods of their life. Today, anyone can see that Brandy has spent the last 8 years of her life committed to aiding the public. From starting with her work in the ICU to progressing to her work as an RN in her local hospital's operating room, Brandy's devotion to assisting others is reflective in this exact goal set by the organization we are all here to celebrate tonight, the Hazel Park Promisone. While catching up, after notifying her of the award nomination, Brandy and I both agreed that it was because of the Hazel Park Promisone and their goals of ensuring students can get into a post-secondary education program that was aiding us both in the way our life was shaped. The Promisone and its staff has provided something that a lot of us from Hazel Park never knew that we could imagine having, a future that we would be proud of. From offering application assistance to providing scholarship funds to meeting Kayla Roney Smith, the Promisone's devotion to the students they represent is a clear turning point in many alumni's lives, such as mine and Brandy's. Their devotion is then passed along to the students who they represent, kind of creating a chain effect that Michael Sterner just touched upon. As she and I talked further about our goals and future, Brandy shared moments in her life that she is most proud of ever since graduating Hazel Park schools and taking full advantage of the Promisone's resources. The first moment that she truly appreciated post-education was when she won the Daisy Award. This award recognizes exceptional nurses, both nationally and internationally, for going beyond what is asked of them, whether this is in their passion for their career or in their credible bedside manner. To be nominated for this award, a nurse must be nominated by a patient that they're caring for and pass all the criteria of the Daisy Award Board. This is very difficult to do. This award solidified the traits that myself and many others first witnessed in Brandy all those years ago. The last achievement she mentioned was her home life that she had come to create. From her doting husband to their adorable dog, Brandy emphasized it was this accomplishment of hers of having a haven together with someone that she loved and creating so much peace and happiness over the years that truly was the most success to her. She never thought that this would be possible without the assistance of the Hazel Park Promise Zone. Tonight, unfortunately, Brandy could not be with us. Her passion for her career and those who she looks after back in the OR, she was pulled away from, for which we all can understand. When she suggested that we give the award to someone else for her inability to attend tonight's dinner, the Promise Zone board quickly came together and agreed on a consensus that she was definitely most qualified for this award. It is for this exact humility and devotion that she is this year's recipient. With that, I am thankful to present this year's Sutar Suktarik Meyer Foundation Promise Zone Scholar of Excellence Award to Brandy Salvati. In her place, her mother Sheila will be accepting the award. Sheila, if you can come up. Congratulations to you and your family and Brandy. Of course. Yes, one more clap. We just wait a minute. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? That chicken was phenomenal.
Yeah, amen. All right, so right about now, for those who don't know, I am a football coach, okay? So right about now, you guys have ate good and that food is settled. Some of y'all tired, I can tell, right? So now I need y'all to lock in. We're almost there, right? So everybody take a deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, lock in, okay? We have a surprise for you, all right? This is one of those things that was not on the script, but I am excited to have them and to come up and present it. So if we can have Monica and Ed come on up, please.
It is our, ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to present a special surprise award tonight to a man with an unparalleled record of service to the Hazel Park community and the Hazel Park Promise Zone. Our board chairman, Mr. William Bill Hitchcock. Yeah, you can clap. You can clap. Has gone above and beyond the call of duty in his service to the Promise Zone. Bill is an original founding member of the Promise Zone Board of Directors. He eventually took over as chairman, bringing stability and helping to galvanize community support for the Promise Zone. Bill's commitment to Hazel Park runs deep. He came to Hazel Park with his family when he was just 5 years old. Growing up in Hazel Park, Bill earned both the prestigious God and Country and Eagle Scout badges with the Boy Scouts of America. At Wayne State University, Bill was elected president of the Methodist Student Movement, and he traveled to many colleges to foster ministries where students could go for fellowship and for opportunity to deepen their faith. Bill took over the family business in 1965, and he eventually became the most prolific real estate broker in the history of the city of Hazel Park. Despite his professional responsibilities, Bill found time to spend many decades serving the Hazel Park community. Bill was instrumental in organizing the JCs, and he was named one of 5 outstanding young men in Michigan by the JCs in 1967. He is also a past president of the Hazel Park Lions Club. Bill Hitchcock was first elected to the Hazel Park Board of Education at age 26. He served on the board for over 20 years, many of those years as board president. Bill has always been very supportive of city and school initiatives and millages. And when I say supportive, I mean supportive. In 2015, Bill was run over by a car right before an all-important city millage election. This is a true story. I saw the video. Even though he was gravely injured, and he was seriously injured, he was in the hospital, he made sure that he had an absentee ballot, and it was brought to the hospital so he could vote yes on the millage. This is our wonderful friend, Bill Hitchcock. Monica, do you want to ask a few things?
So 12 years ago, I moved in next door to a man who I had no idea who he was, didn't really care who he was, right? And just neighbor. So we started chatting, and I was pregnant with my second, and he said, I need a new bookkeeper. You're a bookkeeper. You do accounting. Let's do this. And I was like, I am 7 months pregnant. I am not doing this. You know, you don't say no to Bill Hitchcock. So I said yes, of course. And then I had a child, and 3 days later, I was back at work. And without
You're
that,
lucky you gave you 3 days.
I know. Without that, I wouldn't have been blessed with the Promise Zone. The Promise Zone is definitely my baby. I love doing this event. I love stressing out for months. I love stressing my husband out and my parents out. And this is everything that I've ever dreamed of, and it's all because of Bill. So I cannot thank him enough. I'm sad that he moved away from me and is not my neighbor anymore, but he's only a couple courts down, so I still love him. I'm very sad to see him leave our real estate business, but I'm super excited for their future and to enjoy the rest of their lives. And I'm a little emotional because I feel like he's been like the grandpa I don't have anymore. So a little bit sad, but I love him very much, and I'm very proud to do this.
On behalf of the Promise Zone Board of Directors and the staff and volunteers, it is our pleasure to give you this special award for your many years of dedicated service. As you and your beloved wife begin to make plans to transition to be with your children in Florida, we want you to know how much we love you, we appreciate you, and how grateful we are to you for your many years of service to this community and to the Promise Zone in particular. We wish you many wonderful, happy decades in your retirement. And thank you for everything.
What's the best one?
The working microphone. No, it isn't. Actually, it isn't.
Well, thank you again, and like Bill said, Ed said, Bill has been really just a tremendous part of the Promise Zone, and he always will be part of the Promise Zone, absolutely. So we have had a great evening tonight. We have celebrated our very own Kayla Roney Smith with the Hitchcock Award. We've heard wonderful words about our students, Brandy Solvati, the Sutar Meyer Award. We've also heard from our students. We've heard from so many people, but now it's time to thank all of you. All of you, by being here today, have shown a commitment to the work that we do and to the futures for our students. And that is really something to be proud of. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to all of you, to all of our friends, to all of our supporters, to all of our cheerleaders. We could not do it without you. But we also have more work to do. I always end this evening by saying, we have big dreams here at Hazel Park. We've been doing what we've been doing for a long time, and we've been doing it really well. We've been a model for all of the Promise Zones around the country and in the state. But we have more ideas, we have more needs. So it's, as treasurer, it's my responsibility to thank all of you, but also to ask you to really reflect after what you've heard tonight, to really think about how you can continue to partner with us so that we can continue to do the work that we do, whether it's through donations. Obviously, that's incredibly important. Time, our community volunteers are there helping our students navigate the complexities of college. We also have some new ideas, and I'd like to turn it over to Musa Traore to talk about a call to action for yet a new area that we would like to move into. Musa, take it away.
Thank you, Ellen. Thank you so much. Can I have Yuna Yasha stand up? So Yuna is one of the Hazel Park Amazon scholars going to Wayne State. So she is finishing up her bachelor degree in environmental science. So we have been working with many first generation high achieving college students. And there is a number one challenge, getting an internship. As you know, 67% of first generation college students want to have an internship. Only 15% can get one. A good internship will determine their future careers. So today we want to ask you, if you are an employer in the building, there is a QR code in each table. So make sure to scan the QR code. It is an entrance form to help us kick off our college internship program for the Hazel Park Amazon scholars. This is very important for their future. First generations already need your support. We need to believe in them. Access is done, success is done. Employability is the next challenge we are facing. So if you are an employer, please sign up tonight. Take a student for us this summer. With that, I will say again, thank you for coming today, and thank you so much.